June 4, 1989, Tehran. Inside a secure and secret room near Iran's parliament building, a heavy silence filled the air. The atmosphere was tense, almost suffocating. 74 influential Shia clerics had gathered for an urgent and deeply anxious meeting of the Assembly of Experts, the country's highest decision-making religious body. Just hours earlier, a sorrowful announcement had echoed across the nation from Radio Tehran. The voice on the broadcast carried devastating news. Ayatollah Ruhollah Khamenei, the architect of Iran's Islamic Revolution and the country's supreme leader, was dead. Across Iran, millions mourned, streets filled with grief, prayers, and uncertainty about the future. But inside that closed chamber, something else was unfolding, a tense political chess game over the future of the Islamic Republic. One crucial question dominated the room: who would replace Khamenei? According to Iran's constitution at the time, the position of supreme leader required a figure of the highest religious authority, a marja-e-taqlid, a grand ayatollah, recognized by millions of followers as a supreme religious guide. Several powerful and highly respected clerics fit this description. Many of them were far more senior and influential than the man who would eventually be chosen. Yet history sometimes turns on the most unexpected decisions. After hours of intense debate and uncertainty, the 74 members of the Assembly held a vote. The result shocked many observers both inside and outside the room. The man selected as the next supreme leader was Ali Khamenei. At that moment, Khamenei was not a grand ayatollah. In fact, his religious title was only Hojatul Islam, a mid-level rank within the Shia clerical hierarchy, far below the level normally required for the position. Many senior clerics present in that meeting possessed far greater theological credentials. There was another complication as well. Years earlier, Khamenei had survived an assassination attempt carried out by militants opposed to the revolutionary government. The explosion left him seriously injured, permanently disabling his right arm. Physically weakened and religiously less prominent than many of his peers, he hardly appeared to be the obvious choice for the most powerful position in Iran. Yet the vote had been cast, the decision was made. This relatively mid-ranking cleric, partially disabled and not recognized as a top religious authority, had just become the new supreme leader of Iran. Few people at that moment believed he would become a dominant political force. Some analysts assumed he would act merely as a symbolic figure, while real power would remain in the hands of other revolutionary elites. But history would prove those assumptions wrong. Over the following decades, Ali Khamenei would gradually consolidate power, strengthen his authority over Iran's political and military institutions, and reshape the country's leadership structure. Instead of remaining a political puppet, he would transform into one of the most powerful and enduring leaders in the modern Middle East. How did a relatively modest cleric manage to outmaneuver far senior ayatollahs and rise to the very top of Iran's power structure? How did he break the early perception that he would simply be a placeholder leader? And how did he maintain and reinforce his authority for more than 30 years while facing intense international pressure, economic sanctions, and internal political crises? In today's episode, we will explore the full story behind this remarkable rise to power, the events, decisions, and political strategies that shaped the leadership of Ali Khamenei and defined Iran's modern political history.